Hi! It's been a while, probably I don't know, I think 3 years since I made a video like this. If anybody has noticed or cared that a lot of my old videos are gone now, it's because I hate them. They're just corny and cringy to listen to. I was always trying way too hard to be funny by writing jokes in my script instead of just letting them come naturally, so it just makes me want to eat a fork to listen to myself talk like that, so they're gone now. I'm sorry, they're not coming back. Also, I've been at art school for 2 years, and I've learned a lot since my last character designs came out. I would like the image for my channel to show my current artistic ability. I left my DDLC video up, the original redesign one, because that's like my channel's landmark, but the rest of them are just gone because, I don't know, I need to clean up my image. Anyway, art school is the reason I haven't been doing this for so long, because somewhere along the way between now and, I guess when my freshman year started, I sort of lost my passion for side projects like this because all of my time and effort was being sucked up by schoolwork and people and new exciting things in the new city, and it was great, but I also just got really tired. I tried several times between then and now to get something like this done, but none of it ever really got past the brainstorming stage. But I was finally able to finish something, yay! If you remember me, welcome back. I appreciate you sticking with me even though I was pretty off-grid for a while, and if you're new, I hope you enjoy this. All of that junk aside, let me get to the point. My most recent and longest-lasting new obsession has been Vocaloid. I knew of it and liked it when I was younger, but I didn't really stretch past what was popular at the time and what was present in the animation meme community in 2016. I used to think Miku was a real person until I was 13 years old. I'm not even kidding. I thought she was a real person. I got really into Vocaloid in 2023, towards the end of it, going into 2024. I got invested in learning everything I could about every available character. This led me to developing an AU, I guess it would be. Since all of these characters are up to interpretation and can be anything, I just got really excited about the prospect of my own story with them, and it led me to making my own designs for them. I have a lot of designs and ideas in my head for a bunch of different vocal synths, but for this video I'm going to be starting simply with the Cryptons because they're the main event when it comes to Vocaloid culture. Also, I drew all of these with my thumb on Ibis Paint as the universe permit me to, so these speed paints are just not very good. They're a little ass, I'm sorry. I started this whole process with Miku, obviously. She's the top vocal synth of all time, only recently being even semi-rivaled by Teto. So this little AU I have in my head, in the story, all of the subgroups under the vocal synth umbrella are talent agencies, I suppose? Utao, VoiceVox, SynthV, Vocaloid, etc. They're all talent agencies, and all of the characters are real music stars. That's just some context that I want to throw in before I start. For Miku, I wanted to keep that super classic look about her, but also give her some elements to make it my own. What I basically ended up doing was taking her original design as a skeleton and making additions where I saw fit. I wanted it to communicate pop star a little bit more than her original artwork does. I think she was really correct for the period when the design was made, but also I thought adding more fluffy bits to the skirt and her arm sleeve things would make her fit more with the vision that I had. I decided to make her on the greener side as well, because I think it suits her better. Whether Miku is blue or green has been a huge debate subject within the community for some reason, even though it doesn't matter at all. If you know the first thing about Miku, you know that she can literally look like anything and still be Miku. I prefer her being more greenish because, as I said, I think it looks better, but also Kaito's the blue one and I don't want them to be too similar. Something that did give me a little trouble in this process was the coloring. I didn't really exactly know if I felt like making her outfit 100% true to the original color scheme or not. Most of the parts I was struggling with coloring just ended up staying white because I realized that it looked better than all of the other colors that I was trying. So white is a good accent color for her. I added a few extra details like yellow and red tie clips for triple baka and a 39 tattoo on her leg, and that was Miku finished. Also, if the start process for these drawings looks different, it's because they are. I was trying to stay consistent, but my flow doesn't really work that way. Moving forward, the next one I decided to do was Luka. The only thing I knew going in was that I had a vision for her skirt. I wanted it to be huge and fluffy and elegant like a princess, but also I wanted to give it that sort of futuristic Vocaloid flair that they all kind of have. I wanted her to have the vibe of like a lady who sits on a piano singing in an expensive hotel's banquet room. I took her little symbol thing that she has and I moved it down to the sash on her waist, which I have actually done before. The last time I tried to do this project, like a year ago, I honestly didn't change a lot about my design for her since then, but I changed up her outfit to be classier and fancier. I also decided to give her a fish tattoo on her collarbone because her little object is a tuna. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I could have given her a cool octopus tattoo as well as an homage to Taco Luka, but unfortunately I did not do that. Maybe in the future I'll design her a back piece or something, I don't know. We'll see. I added some extra touches to her outfit, but I decided to cap it there because I didn't want her to be more detailed than the rest of them, because I feel like it was sort of stretching into that territory. But that is Luka. She's finished. After Luka was done, I decided to do Len because I was sort of starting to feel my motivation slip, and he is my least favorite, so I knew if I saved him for last, I would never get done with any of this. I did have a clear vision for what I wanted to do with him, at least. For the story in my mind, each of them specializes in a different genre. For the Kagamine twins, I wanted them to be hip-hop because I feel like that sort of music definitely suits like bright, young, energetic kids the best. Even though I don't particularly care for him, I did try to do him justice for all of the Len lovers out there. I didn't really change much about him besides the outfit. I just gave him streetwear, and since he's too young to have his number as a tattoo, I put it on his vest instead. The biggest thing I wanted to do for his outfit was to give him those shoes with the big chunky light up jelly bottom part. That was the number one thing that I thought of when I first started conceptualizing his design in my head, was those shoes. And that was really all there was to it. It was easy to execute my ideas for this one, and I didn't have any hiccups at all. Len reminds me of sorry, this is off topic, I know, but he reminds me of like a spaghetti kid, like your cousin who comes up to you with their hands covered in spaghetti sauce or something and is like, "You got games on your phone?" I don't know. Obviously, I had to do Rin next. Rin is my second favorite Vocaloid. I really, really love her, and I like how versatile her voice is. For Rin, I wanted her pose to be similar to Len's, but more reserved. They move as a sibling duo act, and I think out of the two of them, Len probably tends to outshine Rin sometimes, like, obviously to her chagrin. I made her outfit match his too, but again, I went for a more muted, reserved tone. I had to give her that iconic hair ribbon, but I shrunk the size a little bit, and I gave her white nails, because Len's are black, but also Miku has white nails, and I think maybe Rin looks up to her a lot. I think she just goes along with what her brother does because she doesn't want to hurt the Crypton family image. They can all stand alone, but are ultimately marketed as a group, and she probably feels if she was to lean more into herself, she would mess that up for them. But I think if she were to do that, she would definitely be a rock artist. Next I did Kaito. I sort of knew what direction I wanted to go with him. I wanted it to be reminiscent of those like super dramatic glam rock bodysuit costumes. After my first steps were complete with the drawing, I sent it over to my friends, and one of them told me that he kind of looked like Ringo Starr, and the rest of it clicked for me instantly. He's like if a Beatle was a Vocaloid, and that was all I needed to know. I gave him some fluffy trim under his pants and on his gloves because I wanted to match Miku a little. I think they're siblings. But I also wanted him to have his own vibes and tones, so I made him really shiny and sparkly looking, and I wanted him to have a warm, friendly presence. I ditched the coat and scarf from the original design because I think they're ugly, but I gave him a long half-skirt type thing in the back to keep a similar silhouette. I think Kaito is very much like a 1960s heartthrob rock star. He probably specializes in like light rock, softer music, but I think when he performs with like Miku or the others, he probably has the ability to be really upbeat as well. Also, I was gonna give him a handheld microphone to match the little earpiece one like the rest of them, but I forgot, so he's not getting one, I'm sorry. I saved Meiko for last because she's my favorite of all time, and as I said, my motivation was starting to drop about halfway through, and I wanted her to be like the light at the end of the tunnel for me to keep me engaged with the project. Meiko was the very first Crypton idol, and I love that sort of tinny, old-fashioned quality to her voice. Even though she has that, she still manages to sound really bright, really powerful. I just think she's awesome. For her design, I knew I wanted to lean into her being a bit of an older woman than Miku and Luka. I imagine that she married Kaito a long time ago, and that was what sparked his career and sort of served as the blueprint for the Crypton family image that makes them so famous. I didn't change her outfit too much from the design I originally made for this at the same time last year that I made Luka's. Meiko was the first one I made last time, and I think that's probably why the project spluttered out and remained unfinished. I knew I wanted her to be super shiny. Her clothes are made almost entirely of patent leather. I mostly just wanted her to seem like somebody's really dramatic auntie. She isn't gonna let her age put a stop to her career anytime soon. She's still popular, and she still has an incredible stage presence and a talent for music. When I think of a genre for her, I think specifically of city pop and jazz. She's like the queen of the nightlife, and she loves parties and drinking, but I also see her having a softer side and enjoying maybe taking care of people and spending time with her family. Alright, that is all 6 of the Cryptons redesigned. Yay! I know these drawings are pretty simple, but I've already been working on this for like over a month, so I just wanted to get it done. I started Miku on June 28th. I feel really happy with how they all turned out, and I'm definitely going to continue drawing Vocaloids because this is so much fun to me. Currently, I'm working on the internet company since, and I know I used to promise content that never got made a lot, but I think I have the ability to follow through with my word now. I'll get it done. I promise, the next video will be within the year. I don't know how soon, but hopefully fast. If you stayed all the way through, thank you. I genuinely appreciate the engagement with projects I'm passionate about. It means a lot to me as a small creator that there are even a handful of people who think my work is worth looking at. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you next time.